there are people who handle this sort of thing.
I'm sick of him treating me like a kid all the time.
But you are a kid.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Sony and Marvel Studios' Spider-Man Homecoming should cast a powerful web when swinging into theaters this weekend. But before you check it out, here are 5 things you need to know about the latest incarnation of the lovable webhead. First up, Tom Holland, the young British actor of Robert Zemeckis' The Lost City of Z and J.A. Bayona's The Impossible, steps into the suit of Peter Parker for the character's first solo film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, can Holland hang as Spidey?
Oh, that was awesome.
Awesome. John Watts directs the Sony movie, also starring Zendaya, Marissa Tomei, Tony Revolori, Donald Glover, and Jon Favreau. Robert Downey Jr. is also here as Iron Man, and the villain Vulture is played by Michael Keaton. Up next, wait a minute. Wasn't there a Spider-Man movie or 5 just recently?
There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
Thanks, Mr. Stark. Yes, the reboot marks the character's 3rd franchise. Sam Raimi directed Tobey Maguire in the first Spider-Man trilogy, which also featured Kirsten Dunst, William Dafoe, and James Franco. The first one opened to a then record $114.8 million in 2002 and spawned 2 hit sequels in 2004 and 2007. Sony then rebooted the franchise in 2012 with Andrew Garfield, but neither The Amazing Spider-Man nor its 2014 sequel matched the might of the first trilogy, so the studio scrapped a 3rd film. So why is there yet another Spider-Man movie? Yes, Homecoming is technically the 6th one ever, but it's also the first one made with Marvel Studios, meaning big screen Spidey is now officially part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's why Tom Holland showed up in last year's Captain America Civil War and will also be in next year's Avengers Infinity War. And trust me guys, being in Civil War alone got Holland just familiar enough with the gang and the world to handle his own standalone film.
Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. I can tell Hulk gives it away.
Spidey sense on point. Plus, a sequel has already been announced, set to hit theaters in July 2019. Like this one, it'll keep Peter Parker in high school, which is new for the character on the big screen. Director Watts told The Hollywood Reporter's Heat Vision editor, Aaron Couch, "There's still a lot of unexplored territory. To deal with the fallout of Infinity War and be a junior in high school, I think sounds like a pretty good movie to me." So far, the movie has a 93% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Though The Hollywood Reporter's critic John DeFore called the movie, quote, occasionally exciting but often frustrating, its heavy humor and light attitude is bringing a ton of praise. Rolling Stone's Peter Travers says Homecoming is as high school as a John Hughes comedy. Think The Breakfast Club or Ferris Bueller's Day Off, in which teens talk like teens instead of old school Hollywood cynics aching to sound young. Bueller, Parker. And Vanity Fair's Richard Lawson echoed, Homecoming is just such a summery good time. And who doesn't love a summery good time?
Yeah.
The movie's predicted to fly past $100 million in North America alone during its opening weekend, although Sony is being more conservative and suggesting $80 million. I'm gonna go out on a ledge here with my webbing and say a lot of people are going to see this movie. And by the way, Sony puts the budget of Homecoming at $175 million. I hear it's $1 million a web shot. Million. Okay guys, are you excited to see the new Spider-Man? That effect just cost us $1.75. Okay, how do you think the film will stack up to the other films in the MCU? Let me know in the comments. For the Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Paul Costabile.